put on like a little sticker you could put on your truck, especially if you be watching. I'm telling you, there's mad truck drivers watching. I guarantee you. I know. Shout out to my boy Keon Gray. He says he's on the road too. Who else? Who else? Who else in the building? My man YYY says Freed Amanda. By the way, thank you guys for the donation. Kay, our beautiful chat queen from London, she says, yo, can we get a stream for the B-Day event? I love you, Act. I love you too. Yes, you will get a stream. Now, let me, again, this is a little bit of intermission. We're going to get right back to, we're taking some time that the Cassie piece could build up, that we could get back into it. Chat. So for Thursday, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Remember, we are, and I'm taking this coverage of this Diddy trial shit really serious because we've covered this for so long. What I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to be able to stream, I'm going to start at 8 a.m. Okay? I'm going to start at 8 a.m. I'm going to stream desktop first. 8 to 12 or something. And then afterwards, I'm going to try to get my hair done the night before. I'm going to stream desktop to cover the Diddy trial. Maybe till noon or whenever they break. Then I got to get over to the venue. We got to do meet and greets. We're going to do whatever. And I'm going to try to do some IRLs there for all my people watching. So I appreciate all you guys. All right. Thank you to my guy, Mr. Club Kicks Blackwell. Thank you for the 20. He says, yo, Ryan, real toxic behavior, facts. He said Diddy and Cassie were heavy into drugs. You saw how big Puff got when he got off them. Come on, people. We see it so often. We're calling it what it is, toxic. Chad. For the people, and I know they call y'all parasocial, which y'all probably are. For the people who be invested in my shit, I know about some toxic relationships. Okay? You got a motherfucker, you hate him, love him, and hate him again. You can't stand them, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So then there are toxic relationships. This is a little bit extreme though, because people don't usually. It's not 10 years of you having man fuck your girl. That's it. Oh, I don't know if I told you. I don't do TMI. I think the liquor is getting to me already. I was going to tell you a TMI. Actually, I do it a TMI. And this is like weird shit. Okay, it's like very close. So there was a girl I was dealing with back in college. She started with like some bad shit. She was a girl that my homie, like one of my homies, like my homies. We were like, me and my homies had like toxic shit about, we were just get bitches in college. My homie who was living with me recorded of me talking about how many bitches I had on campus I was stealing. Sent it to her, this chick stopped fucking with me a little bit, and she started fucking with me. Like, my homie knew this name. Long story, we'll get to that one thing. So anyway, he actually, like, I find out this and third, she already stopped fucking with him because she was fucking with me first, blah, blah, blah. Now, what ended up happening is that as time went on, my homie was fucking with her. And it's one of those things where, like, you ever see two dudes, like, we weren't competing over the girl. Because I used to say, back in college, this was my seventh bitch. Like, if I had a roster, I don't really think I had a roster, but it was like, she's the chick. She wasn't really like, whatever. But the mere fact my homie felt he could take my bitch, now I'm on time. I gotta keep this homie. You get what I'm saying? So now I'm giving her attention that she should have never got because my homie wants her, right? By the way, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. Y'all young niggas, let me tell you this. Women do this. Women know this intuitively. Every woman knows this. Never brag about your man to your friend. You tell your man how you... For one. If you're a woman, you tell your friends or you brag to other bitches how your nigga could fuck or he got a big dick, they're gonna go fuck it. That's how it works. That's what happened. I went to go tell my niggas how this bitch is fire. He went to go get the dick. Okay? I'm so free. Oh my lord, and just hold on. With the express inflection, like H&A. That I actually didn't cut it my head. So, anyway, I'm making the story fast. Let's bring it back to that. Cool. So, I didn't really give a fuck about her, but then since, you know, it was all about the rule. Something like, you can take my bitch, nigga, I'm happy. Alright, so now I gotta keep this on. Anyway, he started doing so much weird shit. The nigga was recording me in the crib. Like, nigga, we lived together. He was recording me and sent it to the girl. Like, so you want to fuck with acting? You know, I talked to him. in the kitchen, like, he said he got like 8 bitches on campus. Like, you sure going fuck with him?
I'm much stronger.
Snake me.
I'm surprised
I
you
found
could
out
even
like, anyway,
recognize me from the...
I realized he was doing so much weird shit. I'm like, yo, you could have this bitch. Like, I didn't, like, I'm competing off ego. You seem to like her. He didn't like her. He dated her for like 2 or 3 years afterwards. Cool. They break up after 2 or 3 years later. I guess I turn into whatever I turn into. She comes back around. This is about like 4 years ago. She come, what year is this now? Yeah, she comes around like 2020. This is after I broke up with Angelica. Chick pops up. This is a chick from my college. All right, cool. I was like, yo, whatever happened with you and my homie? I thought y'all was good. She was like, nah, I broke up with that nigga, blah, blah, whatever. Now, this is a relevant part. She tells me, tell me if I ever told y'all this story. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. She tells me that, when she tells me she has a boyfriend. So the whole time I'm like, bitch, why are you at my house with a boyfriend? Then she tells me the wildest shit I've heard from a woman that's ever said it to me. She says, check this out. She was dating some nigga in Miami who was like, I don't know if she took coke, but he would tell me like, yo, he's always coked up. And I'm like, yo, I remember you in college. Because if I'm talking about anybody in college, this is before I'm at. This is regular nigga. I'm only drinking Smirnoff and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all niggas taking coke now? So I'm like, how the fuck you? Hey, here's the point what she tells me. She said she had me. I'm like, why are you at my house? She says, and she gives me the crazy snap. I promise. Did I tell you the story? That's why I said the story too long. It's like, no, everything you think I'm lying, I tell you everything about my life for the most part. The only thing I will tell y'all is like, y'all want to know current day-to-day shit about nothing. Like, you'll hear later about now. You won't hear now. So, Shorty tells me that her guy in Miami, she's on kind of Diddy's. Well, she doesn't say Diddy because this was way before. She says, this whole thing. She says, hey, we can fuck because now we've been chilling, talking about the old times, telling them all the bullshit. And now she's like, oh, buddy, I gotta let you know. No, I tell you how to go. So we can fuck, but there's one caveat. And I'm like, what? She says, we have to record and send it to my name. I promise that's it. I'm like, what? She's like, my man allows me to fuck niggas. He tells me when I can fuck them, how I can fuck them, and he tells me if he has to watch me.
Your evil plan.
So like, she was like, you have to take this. And I was just like, bitch, you out here. I said, first of all, I know you knew me back in college, but it's big acting. Stop. I'm not. You think I was like an OnlyFans? Anyway, she then tells me about their relationship. The dude, he brought her out to Miami.
Listen up,
so this is in the time I haven't spoken for years. I left college. I ain't those college people up. She said, the dude will be had 2 of his friends in front of him. Like, he was on some Diddy. She was in a corner watching. I said, wait, you let 2 of the niggas' friends fuck you? She's like, yeah. Mostly from what I was getting from it, she was saying the nigga had bread and the nigga was paying for X, Y, and Z, and she was just like, I'm gonna let it happen. She's like, you're with this guy, and so, you know, just to end the story, we didn't record the I recorded the video to send to the podcast worker. Then another time she came, she told me, she said, today, he told me I can't fuck, but I could get head. And if I get head, I gotta give the video. So that's a really good. And she was really honest about it. She was serious. She was like, if he says today I can't fuck, I can only suck dick. I can only suck dick. And I was like, is this really a thing? After watching all the Diddy shit, this is the thing, bro. Alright? Anyway, I'm gonna end the story by saying she got married to another nigga, some white guy. Married to some white guy. I'm like 8. Listen, that's tough. $14.99 a month for a streaming app, and $9.99 a month for a music app, and $12.99 for a fitness app, and more money for a bunch of other apps. That really adds up. So why not get YouTube Premium for just $13.99? It's like my entire world. uninterrupted. The quality of life. Yes, quality to the top. You two hurry. Try 113. I don't know if he knows. So there is this underworld of niggas like watching their bitches. Alright, cool. So we're back into it, I think. I'm back into it. Okay. Alright. So she found escorts on Craigslist. They went to break. Now they're back. Okay. All rise. Summeranians back together. AUSA says, Ventura, in what cities did you respond to the ads on Craigslist? She said in New York. AUSA says, did you respond on Backpage as well? Ventura says yes. AUSA says, who directed you to communicate with the escorts? Now this is where they're trying to make that tie to say, no, Diddy made me do it. Defense says objection. We don't know if the judge sustained or removed. AUSA says, who if anyone in the defense says, same objection assumes a fact that's not in evidence. AUSA says, they're trying to put it in a different way. Did you ever reach out to escorts independently?
Yes.
She says no.
Lie.
AUSA says, did you ever not use an escort who arrived? Ventura says, one, couldn't perform, soldier on, bends him on. AUSA says, no one would say that. Ventura says, not a cop. And someone who wouldn't tell everyone about their experience. Plus, AUSA says, wait, why not a cop? Cassie says, I learned this whole situation was not legal. Defense says objection. Gotta keep in mind, and this is very nuanced stuff. Said, prostitution is illegal in the majority parts of the country. It's also illegal nationally. So federally, it's illegal. Okay? Even though in places like, for example, in Nevada, there's places where prostitution is legal. Even though it's like one of those things with marijuana, right? Marijuana is illegal federally, but it's legal in New Jersey. Will the feds come to New Jersey to lock up a New Jersey resident for using marijuana? No, they won't. Because they usually have some discernment and say, well, state law allows you to use marijuana. But technically, federally, marijuana is illegal. Okay? So, what happens with this idea of escort? Escorting is like a skirt around way to escape prostitution. An escort, you usually pay for their time. Their time doesn't mean sexual services. A prostitute, you pay for their services, which are sexual. That's explicitly prohibited, banned, illegal in the majority of places, including federally. An escort, you could hire an escort and talk to her for 2 days. It doesn't, now granted, colloquially, it implies that the escort is the fuck. It's a workaround. So the AUSA is trying to bring up via Cassie, hey, I know you're hiring escorts, but did Diddy, was he aware that some of the things that y'all were doing was a gray area that could be illegal? And that's what they're getting to. So Cassie says, I learned this whole situation was not legal. Defense says objection. They're going to object because the idea of escorts isn't necessarily illegal. The judge says the jury will disregard that last answer because that's non-factual. Hiring an escort isn't essentially illegal. But hiring someone for pay for sex services is illegal. So the AUSA continues by saying, how did the cash get there? The judge jumps, security, or he brought him himself? No, this got to be Cassie. I think this has got to be Cassie. It says security either brought the cash or himself. Okay, yeah, so they correct themselves here. Ventura says that, right? It says, AUSA says, the escort, they, "Do you know his real name?" Ventura says, "Clayton Howard." The AUSA says, "Who is this?" Then they show the photo to the witness, which is, they showed it to Cassie. She says, "Daniel." AUSA says, "What service did you use?" She said, "We use a dancer service." So it appears that now that we're getting more information, Cassie was soliciting these prostitutes, well, let's call them sex workers, to have sex with her in these free calls via Craigslist, Backpage, and dancer services, right? So they would hire male strippers at times. And then I guess when the male strippers got there, they would be like, "Hey, bro, are you down to fuck?" Clearly, I would imagine if it's the first time they're in masquerade, they would hope they can't understand. And I'm going to be honest with you, Cassie's a fucking attractive girl. Like, I'm going to be honest, I can see, Cassie's motherfucking really, really attractive, if you ask me. Yeah, Cassie bad.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. But did you know that there's a YouTube Music app where you can also listen to the EDM version, the ska version, and of course, the original version? Duh. Get YouTube Music Premium.
Let's go back. And this is Cassie now in her 30s, right? Cassie in her 30s? Like, yo, Cassie's still bad. You show up and you a dancer, you're thinking it's gonna be some old, ugly, fat ass bitch.
I will beat you this day. Oh, I won't be losing this one, Vegeta.
You see is Cassie, looking fine as hell, old up and lubricated with baby oil. You're like, God, fuck the dancing. I'll fuck her for. I would have fucked her for free. Right? AUSA says, "Do you recognize Jules?" Ventura says, "Yes." "In what cities did you have the free call for Jules?" So I'm guessing this is another person. So we've heard about like a few sex workers, right? Gigolos, if you want to call it that. So here we go. We hear about one named, here we go. One couldn't perform, then another one, Dave. Then their real name was Clayton Howard. Then we heard about another one named Jules. Ventura says, "Yes, I recognize them." "In what cities did you have a free call for Jules?" "NY, LA, and Vegas." AUSA says, "Do you know his last name?" She says, "No." AUSA says, "Do you know this person?" So they're just showing all the many niggas who have put dick up in Cassie's stomach. Yo, if I was her boyfriend or Alex Fine at this point, I'm like, yo, I gotta throw up. Like, god damn. Y'all are they're bringing up a dick lineup. Hey, remember fucking him? Yup. Remember fucking him? Yup. Remember him peeing on you? Yup. They're giving a dick lineup to Cassie right now. She said, "I don't know his name. I only knew him as the Punisher."
Crazy. People
Crazy. "Did you use drugs at every freak off?" She says, "Yes. I needed to disassociate and become emotionless." "Who else used drugs at a freak off?" Ventura says, "Sean did. Sometimes the escort." AUSA says, "What other drugs did you use?" Ventura says, "Special K." What the fuck is Special K? GHB. Ooh. I think GHB is a date rape drug. Much of it? Much of it, Dad? Wow, GHB drug. Let's.
Man, you're super fast.
What the fuck is GHB?
Here it goes.
hydroxybutyrate. In terms of GHB, gamma hydroxybutyrate. In terms of neurotoxicity and effects in the body, it's actually one of the safest because it breaks down into carbon.
Is GHB the date rape drug? I know it's Rufinol, but I keep hearing GHB. It's gamma hydroxybutyl. Shit, I'm a fucking biomathematics. I have a degree in it, so I'm taking all the science classes. But damn, I'm trying to put that together. What the fuck? What type of chemical is that?
Carbon dioxide and water. It's something that actually naturally occurs in our bodies already. But when you buy it as a drug, it can be bought as crystals and powder and then diluted. But most often, you're going to get a viscous.
I see my boy Arch Nemesis like, nah, that's that date rape shit, bro.
Fluid, and then you would typically shoot a bit or mix it in with some juice, In smaller doses, it can act like alcohol in a way. It's kind of just a relaxing, happy buzz. Depending on context, setting, again, and environment, it can be a high.
They got this soothing music going on. Look like they trying to fucking. They trying to give y'all an alley-oop to go get it.
Sexual drug to some people. Other people will have kind of spasms and they'll sit there and jerk, and that's just a sign they're doing too much. Some people think, well, it's a depressant drug, so if they've done too much, we should give them some meth or some coke.
Seabrook, stop playing with me, nigga. You know I'm a biomathematics major, nigga.
Just counter.
I took organic chemistry, nigga.
It. That's just not helpful. It's the body's already dealing.
Yeah, I thought it was the date rate. Hold on, let me date. I don't know if you can type in right. Yeah, you can type that, all right? Here we go.
One of the ways that people are taking advantage of us when we drink alcohol, and not even necessarily alcohol anymore, it used to be just alcohol, is they're using a drug called GHB, which was formerly known as Rohypnol. Now this
Oh, yeah, that Rohypnol is what we looked up yesterday. That's the date rate. Okay, so now it's called... Wait, here we go. Let me... Wow. Rohypnol is not approved for use. It's a powerful sedative, hypnotic drug belonging to the benzodiazepine class. Wow. Really?
Your real estate license is coming up for renewal. Learning online with the CE Shop is the best way to renew.
Supposedly, it is prescribed to treat insomnia, but because it's such a sedative, it could be used to, like, rape people.
particular drug comes in the form of a liquid. It's a clear liquid, and when
Okay, I think what they call GHB is liquid, because I read all them civil complaints. Those mention, remember they kept saying there was like the syringe, and I was just like, I thought this thing was a pill. So the what they call GHB is still date rape drug, but it's liquid, not pill form. Rohypnol, I believe, is a pill form thing, right? Rohypnol is pill form. By the way, both go under the title or the colloquial title of date rape drug, but this is pill form, this is liquid form.
in your drink, it doesn't smell of anything.
Wow.
You wouldn't taste it, and you wouldn't notice any.
Somebody says Special K. We just seen that. It says Special K is ketamine. Really? Nigga, ain't that like a cereal? Special K. That's not a cereal?
Looking forward to a real
Now,
fight.
obviously, I don't believe y'all, but like, there's Special K that's cereal. So this is not what Diddy was given. Diddy was given ketamine. Special K, GHB, and mushrooms. Let me just finish watching this. This is another minute left.
Signs of when you drank your drink, oh, I've just drank GHB. But it's so strong, it's got such a strong sedative in it that even a small of amount of it can actually put you to sleep. So much, you know, if you had too much of it, it would actually, again, like what heroin could do, would slow your body down so much that it just wouldn't continue breathing, but that would be a very rare case of it. What generally happens with GHB is it's put inside somebody's drink. Now that could be water, Coke, or an alcoholic drink for the purposes of that person to take advantage of them. It doesn't have to be sexually, it could be financially. They want to steal their jewellery, they want to steal this. And in some cases, you might wake up, you may realise what has happened. And other times, sadly, you may not. There is no, guarantee that...
Okay, so now we know what that is. Okay. Wow. I'm wondering if she said she used Special K. I've told me that's ketamine, which I'm still confused. I don't want to keep watching videos about drugs, but Special K, ketamine. How is ketamine given to people these days?
What exactly is a K? So we're talking like larger doses of ketamine, not micro.
Wait, this is... You gotta inject ketamine? Oh, yeah, I could never do that. I'm scared of needles, child. I'm scared of needles. I'm pussy. I always told y'all, the reason why I take the COVID vaccine, I'm scared of needles. And they said everybody was dropping like flies, nigga. I said, could y'all give me the vaccine without sticking me the needle? They said, nah, we gotta stick me the needle. All right, I'm gonna catch y'all next year. Never took the vaccine, straight over needles. If it was a pill, I would have been took that vaccine. So if ketamine is given in this, yeah, I can't get jiggy to this.
Dosing. And you're basically hitting that point where you're about to tip into the like plasma concentrations of like anesthetic ketamine. So you're basically starting to like drift off into the anesthetic effects of ketamine, but
yeah, I know I drink. Like, how much more powerful are these things than liquor? Because shit, I drink a lot. Is ketamine powerful more than liquor? GHB seems to be, or it looks like you added to liquor, which makes it crazier, right? But what about ketamine?
you haven't quite hit that level, and so you're still awake, you're aware, you're dissociated, and you just feel like you can't move, like you're just like weighed down in a hole. And
that shit look like the shit that Dexter be injecting people with. Is ketamine the same as Special K?
Ketamine is also something that is a scheduled narcotic. It is something that can be found on the streets as a party drug or Special K. So ketamine does have the capability at high doses of causing a euphoric effect or dissociative effect. However, the dosage...
Isn't ketamine like horse tranquilizer, or am I tripping? I never understood the idea of people taking tranquilizers.
We administered under a controlled environment, that is not a common complaint or issue. There's a common misconception that it's something that causes euphoria, thereby causes addiction. And the reality is that's not the case. Ketamine's effect has very little to do with it being in your system. In fact, it's in and out of your system very quickly. Therefore, tolerance and withdrawal and addiction is actually very unlikely with ketamine, as compared to other well-known addictive substances like opioids, like Oxycontin or meth.
Okay, these things look like they get an endorsement. Fuck out of here. Okay, so we understand that. Let's get to some new tweets. Hey, USA says, I'll read parts of this email. You read yours, okay? I'll read Sean parts. You read yours.
At NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center, you'll discover better health starts with a better health system. Here we take an integrated approach to care, combining revolutionary research and cutting-edge clinical trials with medical care teams in a league of their own, all working together to achieve the best possible outcome for you.
When should I take this thing? When will you be here? Okay, so Ventura is reading what she's saying to Diddy. I guess she's talking